podcast is on.
Okay, class.
Yes.
Here we go. Let's get started today. We have a few things we need to cover. So, okay, yesterday we started our slinky activity. You guys should have gotten through the 2 simulations. So, doing the transverse wave with the string and longitudinal wave with the slinky. Okay. So the whole point of that lesson was for you to kind of help to see what does energy have to do with the properties of a wave. So I want you to answer that as your do now question. Which properties were used, or did you need to use to measure the energy of a wave and why? When you're finished answering that, I want you to go ahead and open up your slinky activity on Google Classroom. Okay, take a minute to do that now.
Why are you smiling? Do you remember something funny or something?
No.
You remember deep fried pizza?
No. It's called Christian Mothers of 2.
What?
No, it's called Single Christian Mothers of 2 that are devoted to raising their children.
What, the podcast?
No, it involves Christian mothers. You obviously wouldn't know what a Christian mother looks like, but Christian mother, if you're a true Christian, the Christian mother looks like a yellow fox with pink hair and a blue cat in business suits.
What?
Obviously, you've never heard of Christian mothers before, so you would never know what they look like. They have a very distinct look and taste.
Want to tell the podcast to look it up?
No. I'll show you the picture if I see you at before school. Okay.
At lunch before school?
No, whenever I see you next time. Okay.
Why can't you just show it to me now?
Because I don't want to whip out my phone in class. Maybe at the end of class, when we're packing up.
You can look it up on your iPad.
Okay. No, I don't want to get in trouble.
How are you going to get in trouble? The teacher's all the way over there.
And my back's facing her.
Let's go ahead and talk about this do now question. So it says, which 2 properties of a wave were used to measure the energy of a wave? Ruby. Okay, frequency.
Actually, you won't get in trouble because
Frequency is when the wavelength, okay, the shorter wavelength means higher frequency, longer wavelengths means lower frequency. So frequency is one way to measure the energy of a wave. Yes. Okay, amplitude could also be another way to measure the energy of a wave. So if you think about it yesterday when you were doing this string, it took more energy to get a higher frequency, right? So hopefully in our brains we thought, well, more energy equals higher frequency. When it came to longitudinal, okay, it took more energy to get those waves higher or to scrunch together the particles of the slinky and let go. So you have to think in terms of energy. Amplitude and frequency are the 2 properties. And your life could be whatever you learned from the lab. So going back to the lab today, okay, you guys go ahead and open up. I added a new attachment, okay?
A new attachment?
So, don't worry about this attachment just yet. Go ahead and open up the document, okay? If you open the document, we'll pick up where we left off and I'll explain how we do that. Alright, so we finished up part 2, so we got our data for longitudinal and transverse. Remember, you didn't have to put pictures in there. And then I asked you guys to do claim 1 for homework. And I know the document doesn't say stop, but that's where I wanted you to stop. Hopefully you didn't go any further than that. Okay? Now, what we're going to do next today is we're going to kind of wrap up what we've learned with this activity as well as the other simulations that we did last week. So remember that any good scientist a good scientific argument needs to be backed up with evidence and reasoning.
What
So,
happened?
in this experiment, you investigated with a slinky to examine how wave properties affect the amount of energy. What claims can you make to help explain this relationship? So claim 1 was kind of like a practice claim, and I don't want to go over the answer to this with you yet because we're going to do an activity. But claim 1 asks you whether or not energy, matter, or only matter, or energy and matter can travel through a medium. You would need at least one piece of evidence to support this and one reasoning statement. Okay, remember the reasoning statement has to make a connection between the evidence and the claim. So for example, this is where we're going to go back to basics for a minute. You guys remember at the beginning of the year we talked about CERs, and you should hopefully remember this picture. Okay? And we talked about the claim. Most of you agreed that your claim in this picture was this girl is having a birthday party. Okay? Which is fine. You can claim that. Okay? This young lady's having a birthday party. Then the pieces of evidence that you used for that. Okay, this table over here, you guys, I need you focused up here. Okay? So, the evidence that you guys used was there are candles, there's a cake, there's hats, there's presents. Actually, presents would be an assumption, but there's a cake, there are candles, there are hats, there are tablecloths decorated with balloons. Okay? Those are all evidence statements, okay, that support your claim that this is a birthday party. But the important part of reasoning, okay, is if somebody from a distant planet looked at this, they wouldn't understand why the fact that a cake and candles and hats means that's a birthday party. They don't make that connection. Traditionally, this is not how they celebrate birthdays. Okay? So your reasoning statement has to make that connection for them. So the reasoning statement here might be something like, in North America, birthdays are usually celebrated with parties and cakes and candles and presents and colors, and that's how they're traditionally celebrated. So then somebody reading this would say, oh, okay, well now that makes sense. Why, when you see cake, candles, and hats, that means it's a birthday party. Because in North America, traditionally, birthday parties are celebrated with cake, candles, and hats. Does that make sense? Yeah. So without your reasoning statement, your evidence may not link to your claim. And somebody may read your evidence and go, what does that have to do with that? So the job of the reasoning statement is to tell them this has to do with that because. Okay? And then you might also remember, putting it all together, when we talked about the Patriots being the best team in the NFL. Hey, so, if my claim was the Patriots are the best team in the NFL, my evidence would be, well, they won the Super Bowl last year. You have to put yourself in the shoes of somebody coming from a foreign planet going, well, what does the Super Bowl have to do with being the best team in the NFL? Ask yourself, what does this have to do with that? I need you guys listening. You're going to be tested on, you're going to get a CER on Friday after your 10-question quiz. Okay? Listen up. I need hands and eyes. Today you're going to be practicing writing CERs based on this lab. Okay? On Friday you're going to get the real deal. You're going to get your 10-question quiz, and then you're going to get a CER where I'm going to want to see you do this by yourself. Okay? So the evidence is what you're using to support your claim, but the reasoning is explaining what does this have to do with that? Why is this evidence important for that? So if the Super Bowl, okay, is my evidence for why the Patriots were the best team in the NFL, then my reasoning is, well, the Super Bowl is a championship game. Therefore, the winner of the championship game must be the best team. No. Okay? That is how my reasoning is. Does that make sense? Okay. That being said,
you're a lie.
All right, here's what's going to happen, you guys. I have given you, if you scroll through the rest of this document, I have given you 4 claims to work with. Claim number 1, we've already read. Claim number 2, 3, and 4 have to do with something called a correlation. So everybody look at this paragraph right here. Okay, just under claim 1, I want everybody's eyes on this paragraph. Okay? So let's read this together. It says, follow along with me. It says a positive correlation. Another word for correlation is association. So if there's a positive association is when one variable goes up, another variable goes up too. Okay? So in other words, if frequency increases and wavelength increases, that would be what we call a positive correlation. Okay? A negative correlation is when one variable goes up, the other variable goes down. Okay? Or no correlation means that there is no relationship between the two variables. Okay? So you're going to use this information to help you write your claim 2, 3, and 4. So claim 2 says frequency and wavelength, positive or negative or no. You decide what evidence from the lab are you going to be using and write a reasoning statement. Claim 3 is frequency and energy, positive, negative, or no. Use evidence from anything we've done up to this point, yesterday's lab, last week's labs, whatever you need. Claim 4 says amplitude and energy. Is there a positive, negative, or no correlation? Use evidence and reasoning. So you're not going to do this by yourself, okay? Because we're practicing today. So for claims 1, 2, 3, and 4, you guys are going to write them out as a group, okay, on your PowerPoint. So if everybody goes back to the assignment, you'll notice I have this CER PowerPoint. And I'll show you what it looks like. You've done something similar to this before. Okay. So each table, listen up. You guys are going to discuss, have somebody in your group who doesn't mind being the typer or the recorder, okay? You're going to discuss your claim, and you're going to write your evidence and your reasoning statement for your claim. I need your full and undivided attention. So for example, if I give this group claim 1, okay, they're going to write their information on this side, claim 1. Let's say I also give this group claim 1. They're going to write their claim information on this slide. Right. Okay? Now, let's say I give you guys claim 2. That's where you'll be. If you guys were claim 2, Jake, this is where you would type. Claim 3, and so on. So I'll assign your claims in just a minute. But the point of this is you're working together, you're discussing as a group, and you're going to type, someone in your group is going to type on the slides. Then what's going to happen is you guys are going to need to go back, because in your document, you have to fill these in.
Hi, Jordan.
So as a group,
I'm not even on it.
stop talking and listen. I refuse to talk over you. I will not stand up here and talk and pretend I don't hear you guys talking over me in the back. So, after you go through the slides, you still need to go in and fill in your document. So you're going to go through and discuss as a group, out of the 2 groups that did claim 2, which one do you agree with, and type it in your document. Out of the 2 groups that did claim 3, which one does your group agree with, or you as an individual, which one do you agree with, and type it into your own document. So you're going to be able to get the answers to these based on the slides. Does that make sense? And then the last thing you're going to do is the comparison and reflection. This you're going to do on your own, not as a group. The comparison is when you compare your claims to a neighbor, which is the point of the slides. So you're going to compare your claims, the one you created in your group, to the rest of the groups, okay? And just tell me what you found, okay? One question I asked, so you can talk to your partners about maybe why they chose one claim over the other, okay? And then I asked this because, and then were your claims similar or different, okay? The reflection part is just going back and reflecting on that first question that we asked. The very beginning of this document about how does the amount of energy get measured for earthquakes, right? Would you change your answer? If not, why? And so on. So the goal today is to finish this document, okay, and turn it in. But before you start filling it out, I'm going to assign you guys a claim, and you're going to type your responses in the slides, and then you're going to come back to the document. Does that make sense? So I need everybody to go to the slides first. So everybody go here, and I'll help you guys out. I'll put a timer on.
Gucci gang.
So after, I'll give you 10 minutes to
Peacock.
write on your slides. And then I'll give you another
These
10
nuts.
minutes to fill in your document. And then I'll give you like the last 5 minutes to reflect. So I'll kind of pace you guys through
here.
All right, so let's go. You two, this table and this table. You guys, this table and this table. You guys are going to do claim 4. Okay? This table and this table. You guys are going to do claim 3. So pick one of
And
those
then we're gonna
two
do claim
slides.
4.
Okay, this table and this table.
What? Oh,
You
we're
guys are
doing
going to
claim
do
3.
claim 2. You guys are doing claim 1.
Claim one. Let's claim both slides. And offer Ransom.
Okay?
What?
Let's
For
claim both
example, if I
slides.
told you you're doing click 3, pick one of these slides. If you see
Hold
somebody
one
else
off Ransom.
not in your group is already on it, go to the other one. Okay? All right, I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes.
What if they hold it ransom before us?
We're doing claim 3. Oh man, they already claimed one. Never mind.
But claim it ransom anyways.
Does anybody have any questions before I hit start on the timer? Abby, wait, never mind. No. So listen carefully, guys. For 10 minutes. Class.
Yes.
Let's make sure we're all clear. Because I know I went through that really quickly. For 10 minutes, you're going to discuss in your groups. I'll wait.
These nuts.
You're going to discuss your claims in your group. Assign somebody in your group to be the recorder, the one that's going to type what you're talking about on the slide. So you need to come up with an evidence statement and a reasoning statement as a group. You have 10 minutes to do that for your slide. Any questions? Okay. Again.
Are you done?
I'm still on the podcast.
By the way, I'm watching Thomas Rosen about something.
What?
I'm watching Thomas Rosen something.
Okay, listen up.
Is it the podcast?
Guys, down here in the
What?
notes, just put your group member's name. So I should see Eternity, Hyro, all of you guys down here so you get credit for doing this. If your name is not in the notes, you don't get credit.
These nuts. Daddy. Gucci gang. Don't think good for you. Hit it. I don't miss. Hit it, because I'm lit.
Yeah, tonight.
She gave me what I want, man. She gave me my place. Going to the tower and floating in space. Hit like you don't care. Hit it if you ask him. Hit like you don't care. Hit if you know you need.
That's nasty. Come on.
Anyways, let's open up how do we see speakers?
Hillbilly Cook here. Hillbilly Cook here. Come on in. Hillbilly Cook here. What do you want?
I'm trying to make my podcast go to 20 minutes and it's at 19:02.
Oh wait,
No.
please watch
No.
Sometimes.
it. Sometimes you keep watching it.
Yes.
Then I even get views after.
Yes. There's no views right now, but when I post it, people watch it.
How many subs?
Oh, it's my fault.
What?
Okay,
How many
so
subs?
far,
I don't
only
know.
see one group
I'd have to check it.
that's done anything. And you guys, I can see the revision history playing for. So just understand that everything you do on these slides, there's a history of it. Like number one, you guys, I'm not joking. You have 7 minutes to do this.
Because I don't have
Jay Vaughn, where you?
What?
because I don't have permission to access this document.
These nuts.
Guys, the only person to type. Okay? The only thing you should be typing is your name.
Yo, Billy, look here.
Access denied. Hey James, are you denied?
What and what?
You have access denied. My
Well,
access.
I'm still on here. I should probably exit and go to the assignment.
Yeah.
Goodbye.